I started my banking career 16 years ago as a BA, and then project management, project consultant, and then ran projects, managed people, and then all over the places, all over the financial institutions, worked for different financial institutions with bond industry, bond markets, FX, options, derivatives. All sort of financial products that we can think of. That kind of shaped me to start my own, and I'm here. The reason that we are here is I founded an organization called ADR Mortgage Investment Corporation. I mean, when we talk about mortgages, we all know mortgages, but I came from the back end of it, where we dealt with a lot of mortgage-backed securities and how it's done on the trading side of things. But now I'm at the front, dishing out mortgages and everything. So those experiences collectively putting together kind of gave me an idea, and I knew the concept a while ago. But I wasn't sure about how to start and what needs to be done and everything. But COVID has given me an opportunity while we were working at home and not doing anything. And those weekends at COVID, when I go out and do things, that this time it gave me an opportunity to read about what is MIC, that's what it's called, Mortgage Investment Corporation is, and then study upon and then as to what process and processes that it's needed to establish. So that gave me an idea. And then last year I kind of gave up my financial institution, a lucrative career that I had. I said, let's start from the scratch, and here I am and giving you an interview. Very much. I've been a member, I'm not too sure, but I believe my first time involvement was 2011 or 2010 when Dilani Gunaraja introduced me to, encouraged me to become a single membership at that point in time. And I did. Again, I have to check my records, but it was around 2010 or 2011 at that time. And Chamber being there for all the members, not just for the business people, but even when I'm at the bank, even at that time I was at banking, it helped me to shape as a person who I am today. From networking perspective, not only networking, while when you talk to the other business professionals, you get some ideas. You work on it. You take a page out of their ideas or the conversation that you will have, and then you go to your team and you think, oh, I had this conversation, and you implement. So there's a lot of ways that the Chamber has helped me to be who I am today. But then, becoming a corporate member, I've been there since the day one of corporate membership. It has shaped me in a lot of ways. It has benefited, like Chamber has provided nothing but benefit to me from a business stand perspective. So am I going to be with Chamber for a long time? Absolutely, yes. I mean, until I'm alive, I think I'll be until the corporate membership is alive also, I'll be corporate member with the Chamber, 100%, no doubt, because they not only provide, they are not only just in the community as a Tamil Chamber, but they provide a lot of values outside of it. And people who are listening to it, other business professionals, young professionals, I encourage them to be part of Chamber as well. It's a fabulous organization. It's a fabulous question. This is one of those questions that I have been asking myself for quite some time as well. From the business perspective, I'm a more analytic and strategic person, and there are certain things that even from a banking career perspective, there are things that I've done. It's from a strategy perspective. Like, you sit down with the business, the managing directors, the business associates, traders, to put something in mind. And quite often, and I always wanted to have or run a group of companies and everything. There are a lot of things in the pipeline. I'm working on it right now. One of the things that we are here today, it's the MIC. I mean, yes, I knew about this concept, I don't know, maybe about 7, 8, 9 years ago. but never came to fruition up until now, or during COVID, which has given me an opportunity to understand more about the process with the security commissions, as well as that from a process perspective. But in a nutshell, there are a lot of things that I'm working on, not just this, but other ventures as well, whether it could be e-commerce or anything related to other ventures. But to answer your question, there are a number of things in pipeline. And I always wanted to run a group of companies, so hopefully it gives me, I don't know, maybe next 3-5 years. And I always write down my goals. Even this morning when I came in and wrote down my goal for today and goal for this week, so I always do that. And I, just like that, I do have that goal set in my mind, and hopefully within the next 3-5 years, vision comes true. It's one of those great questions. So I've been involved in the community since I was 9 years old, in various ways, right? I mean, philanthropic. The way I look at philanthropy in a different way, or my community involvement. So I'm in a number of community groups, whether it's Markham or outside of Markham. And one of the things that I am passionately work on is on children education. I co-founded an organization called YPAM, which is called Youth and Parents Association of Markham, which we predominantly work on literacy, numeracy, leadership, and a lot of other things, and engagement with the parents as well. This is something that was founded back in 2012, and we continue to strive and in a lot of ways, especially from the education perspective. But apart from that, there are other things, like, two things that are passion to me is seniors and youth, right? And there are a few things that I'm working with seniors as well, and to give to whatever I can to give back to the community, not only just here, but in back home as well. There are a number of children that I'm looking after, or my entire family is looking after as well. So there's this effort is going to continue to go. It's just not it's a one time. It's until whenever I can, and I'm just going to continue to do that. There's the turning point perspective. There are a number of milestones that I do have, and every single achievement, like I said earlier, I write down my goals, and I do have that milestone in perspective, and I do achieve it. But turning point, there's two turning points that I can talk about. One, while I was beginning my career back in 2006, and this was around, I think, 2008 or so. A director or senior director came up to me and who has given me a different perspective of banking versus what I had, because the team that I was in, it was a very small team, and quite often it's busy and you don't get a chance to think outside the bun. And he has given me an opportunity to think something outside of bun, and was one of my biggest turning point, because that's when I decided to for example, in the financial industry, there's called CSE exams, CFA, and all of those things. And I attempted all of those, and that's one of the turning points, because I was I aware of it? Yes, I was aware of it, but because of who he is, and I'm not shy to mention his name, which is Andrew Klepinski, and Andrew Klepinski, who gave me a lot of ideas and shaped my way. And then fast forward to 2011, I met somebody called Danny Zuccaro, who became my mentor big time, who has given me a different perspective while working for the Citibank of New York. It gave me a different idea how I can proceed in my career, and that from that moment onwards, especially, so when I say 2009, 2008, when Andrew came into my life with a different perspective, I was able to shift my career within the banking industry from A to B or B to C. But when met Danny, that fully turned as a business. And most quite often when you say as a BA or consultant, business consultant or project manager, we talk about ITN information technology and business, this has given me an opportunity to be on the business side, and that's what it has shaped me to be part of the investment banking team as well. And I'm proud to say that I was one of those people that were in the investment banking with one of the largest financial institution, and his coaching, his mentorship, and those are the two biggest turning points, I would say.